Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and welcome you all to the Premier Technology and Innovation Confluence, the third edition, initiated by the Business Fame in association with Scriberlee. The Business Fame is a C-level magazine wherein they feature stories and help you be in the spotlight in the business world. Scribely is a branding firm especially focused on content writing and trainings. And the motto of Scribely is making you unique. It is an honor to be here as we explore everyone's insights on the topic emerging trends, AI, IoT, and the evolution of cyber threats. As technology advances at an unpredicted rate, I think AI and IoT are reshaping industries, revolutionizing how we work. So, however, let's just deep dive in this topic, and it would be my pleasure to moderate today's Premier Technology and Innovation Conference, third edition, initiated by the Business Fame in association with Scribely. In today's session, we'll deep dive into these emerging trends, covering all the necessary aspects of the topic. And I am so excited to start the show. Thank you so much. And before we go ahead, I would like you all to introduce yourself. We have four speakers for today. We have Vandana, Ajay, Ramesh, and Shamad. So let's start with Vandana. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, Riya. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Good morning and good evening. So, I'm Vandana. I work for Microsoft as a senior consultant, and I have 16 plus of years experience in working on different Microsoft technologies. That includes presently I'm working on Microsoft Fabric, integrating with the Gen AI, and yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Vandana. It's lovely to have you in the panel today.
Thank
Uh,
you.
can we? Thank you. Can we hear from Ajay, please?
Yeah, thank you first for inviting me here to share my ideas also on this topic. So I've been in the IT industry for last 18 plus years and primarily into Microsoft technologies. So mostly I'm working in Power Platform and SharePoint technologies for last 5 years. And today I'm focusing mostly on digital transformation using AI, primarily using Microsoft. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's lovely to have you as well. Can we hear from Ramesh?
Ramesh, you are on mute.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, thank you for inviting me to the conference. I'm excited to be here, and I've been working in customizing and enhancing supply chain enterprise software applications for the past 20 years. My experience lies in diverse industries like pharma, medical devices, consumer, and automotive and manufacturing industries. And I'm excited to talk about these two topics: groundbreaking technologies, AI and IoT, and the effect of and on the cyber security. Thank you.
Great to have you, Ramesh. And our s- another speaker for today is Shamad. Am I pronouncing your name
Yeah, got
correctly?
it. Yeah, Shamnad. Shamnad.
Yeah, Shamnad. Okay, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Shamad.
Yeah,
Yeah. So can we hear from you?
yeah, sure. First of all, thank you for inviting me for this panel and share my insights on this topic. And my name is Shamnad Muhammad Shafi. I'm an IT professional with 18 years of experience. I specialize mostly in data analytics, cloud computing, AI, ML, and cybersecurity. So I specialize, currently I'm working with AWS in the professional services team, and I specialize in architecting and implementing data engineering solutions for different, industries and clients. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's my I'm really blessed to have you all here today. And without wasting further time, let's just start with Premier Premier Technology and Innovation Confluence third edition. My first question is for Vandana. How can businesses secure IoT devices against evolving cyber risks?
Good question. I appreciate the chance to talk about the importance of secure IoT devices in business. I would like to start with the Internet of Things, IoT. IoT is transforming various sectors, including the healthcare, manufacturing, finance, and smart cities, by introducing the advanced level of automations and efficiency. However, these technologies become more integrated in our everyday lives. It's also opened more opportunities for cyber criminals to exploit the vulnerabilities. This creates the new channels for the cyber securities and experts and the organization working to address these emerging threats. I want to discuss some of the biggest IoT security threats business faces today. Firstly, device hacking. Hackers can take the control of IoT devices to launch the attacks, like DDoS. Secondly, the data breach. Weak security can allow unauthorized user to pass the sensitive, to capture the sensitive data, access the sensitive data. Thirdly, unsecured APIs. Poorly protected APIs can let hackers to break the system. And the fourthly is very big thing, ransom awareness attack. Cyber securities can lock IoT device and ask for money to unlock them. Lastly, lack of security updates. Many IoT devices did not get any updates, make easy them target for the hackers. So one of the key point is every unsecured IoT device is a potential entry point for the cyber criminals. So now we have seen what are the biggest cyber security threats to how to safeguard these IoT devices as I mentioned earlier from these cyber threats. Excuse me. Business should adopt these essential security measures. One is AI powered threat detection. Use firewalls and AI driven systems to detect unusual activities in AI device. And the next is secure authentication. Implement zero threat check, multi factor authentication. And the next is encrypted communication. Apply strong encryption and secure APIs using AWATs and token based authentication. And last one is automate security updates. Set up automatic updates to keep device secure and up to date. And in brief, the future of AOT security starts now. As more business adopt AOIT securities cannot be ignored. Protecting device is essential and no longer optional. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vandana. That was quite intriguing answer. My next question is for Mr. Ajay. What role does AI play in both cyber defense and cyber attacks?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. AI in today's world is like a double-edged sword in cybersecurity, right? So it is empowering defenders in the same way attackers are also getting the sophisticated weapons to attack. So let me talk on the positive side first. AI in cyber defense. It's truly a game changer in the form of threat detection. When AI-based tools like Google Chronicle or Microsoft Sentinel, they're able to monitor threats in real time, analyzing massive amounts of data, much better than traditional security systems. And then coming to automatic response systems, right? So companies like Darktrace, they didn't stop with detection. They went ahead and developed systems that can isolate infected endpoints. They can block malicious traffic and automatically launch the necessary security updates to prevent intrusions then and there itself. Then coming to phishing defense, right? So AI-enabled email security tools, right? They can filter phishing attacks much efficiently than the traditional security models. So IBM said 80% of phishing attacks were reduced using AI's help. And lastly, predictive threat intelligence. So companies like CrowdStrike and FireEye, they have advanced AI systems that can scan emerging threats across the web and also protect us preemptively from the cyber attacks that are happening. And let's come to the other side of the coin, right? It's AI in cyber attacks. It's a rising threat. When it comes to threats, the first thing that comes to our mind is deepfakes. The cyber attackers are creating deepfake videos and voice cloners of CEOs, CFOs, or any important people in the company. They're able to successfully scam them using this AI's help. Coming to another point, polymorphic malware. These are called advanced predictive threats, APTs, that are changing their code dynamically and evolving rapidly. And it's very difficult to control them unless we fight them back with AI. And coming to AI generated phishing, right? Cyber criminals are nowadays using AI assisted softwares to create personalized emails that look almost genuine, right? And they can easily trick or get the recipient scammed. Then AI assisted password cracking. So CyberArk is a company, password management solutions company that has released a study where 50% of commonly used passwords are cracked in less than 1 minute using AI's help. So you can see how AI is uh, doing its job as a sword and as a shield in the world of cybersecurity. That's my view.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing your view, Mr. Ajay. My next question is for Mr. Ramesh. How are AI and IoT converging to introduce new cybersecurity challenges?
Sure. Thank you. Uh, Thank you for giving the opportunity. So it is let's briefly explore the how the fusion of AI and IoT raises fresh security handles like Vandana mentioned earlier. So cyber criminals are using AI to orchestrate IoT bots and for large scale DDoS attacks. So basically, they make the system unavailable for the regular users, and they just they bombard with different bombard with large number of requests and then making it unresponsive, and also weak authentication like default passwords and outdated firmwares. So lot of the IoT device or like um, they're not updated, like they're out in the field, right? So it is very difficult to keep them up to date in real time. So attackers use that vulnerability and try to get access to one device, and then they can get access to the network and enterprise data. So that is also AI facilitates the data exfiltration. Like they they can using AI, they can um, they can call the number of APIs multiple within a short period of time efficiently, and then they can somehow they can then they will get one vulnerable point, and then they get access to the enterprise system. So example like any corporate device, like if you connect a personal device to a corporate network and try to use the application there, so that's when you will have this kind of problems. And in summary, like we have to proactively adapt security measures to this dynamic landscape, so that we can mitigate the emerging threats from AI and IoT integration. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your view. My next question is for Shamnad. What emerging trends are critical in anticipating future cyber threats?
Uh, you're on mute.
You're on mute.
Yep. So that's a critical question in these days. So one major trend is that hackers are getting a lot smarter. They're using AI. Currently, they are using AI and automation to scale their attacks faster and make them more convincing. So, for instance, AI-generated phishing emails or deepfakes are now more realistic that even experienced professionals are getting tricked. According to a recent IBM report, the average life cycle of a phishing attack has dropped from 50% because of this automation. And we are also seeing a significant rise in supply chain attacks. That's mostly like third party vendors are being targeted to breach large organizations. If you look at the stats in 2024 alone, there are 62% of organizations being reported or impacted by at least one supply chain related incident. Another trend I can think of is the targeting of the critical infrastructure. It could be like energy, healthcare, transportation, healthcare. These systems have become frequent targets. These attacks are often aimed to cause disruption that rather than just like steal data, which changes how we need to think about a defense for these attacks. And also the recent the content computing is, I think, it's not an immediate threat. It's on the horizon. Once it matures, it could defy or it could render today's encryption useless. And that's one of the main reasons why organizations or governments and companies are already exploring post quantum cryptography. In summary, what I would like to say, staying ahead means being very proactive, leveraging real-time threat intelligence, practicing cyber hygiene at every layer, and embracing a zero trust architecture to minimize exposure. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your views, and especially the statistics. They were quite intriguing. Thank you so much. My next question is for Vandana. How can organizations balance innovation with cybersecurity in AI and IoT adoption? Vandana, I guess you're on mute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Thank you. It's a good question. AI plus IoT is smarter systems, but also a bigger cyber risk. However, they are impacting 100 trillions economy. Whereas AI automating 70% of repetitive tasks across industries and making work faster and efficient. As with IoT, is connecting billions of devices and making business and cities smarter and more efficient. Equally, the rise of AI and IoT is creating new market, jobs, and business opportunities, helping the global economy grow to $100 trillions. Owning these technologies, however, there is a concern regarding the impact of AI and IoT on cybersecurity. As of more people using the digital technology, cyber threats are growing. I want to highlight the numbers from the key statistics from the multiple sources I referred. The rise of global security market hit $2 trillion by 2030, and AI threat detection has tripled 5 years. In 2025, there will be a 75 billion devices acquiring the AI security. From these stats, AI and IoT are changing cybersecurity and emerging new technologies. AI is getting better to finding the threats and smarter firewalls and making IoTs more secure. Also, automated defense are being created and used. By ignoring AI, security can lead huge loss in my perspective. Due to cyber attacks are evolving faster than traditional system cannot handle, connectivity increases risk. Making AI and IoT enable security, establish the business protection. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vandana. My next question is for Mr. Ajay. What are the key challenges in securing interconnected AI and IoT ecosystems?
Oh, that's another good question. As my fellow panelists already pointed out, Shamnad and Vandana. So it's just a follow-up to that. They have already talked about some of the points that I'm going to speak. So according to current stats, there are billions of IoT devices are interconnected globally, right? As AI and IoT merge, we are continuing to build hyper-connected environments, expanding the attacking surface for the cyber criminals. So it's posing new security challenges. So I'm going to briefly talk about 4 or 5 challenges, in my opinion, should be addressed. So one is lack of standard security frameworks, right? IoT devices ranging from the small industrial sensors to smart home devices, they do not have any universal security standard. And also the AI models that we are using, they are trained on vast amounts of unregulated data. We don't know what kind of training data goes into those models, and it's very easy to get it infected with malicious code, which we are not aware of. Second one is cyber criminals are nowadays creating what is called advanced predictive threats. They are self-learning and evolving. They always remain silent and undetected within the system, such as TrickBot. If you see it, it was able to reside in the host system just like a real virus, despite multiple cleaning attempts. So then third one is inherent vulnerability of IoT devices. Many have default passwords. They don't update firmwares, and they always have unsecured APIs. One classic example is Mirai botnet attack, which Ramesh talked about. DDoS attacks are much easier for hackers creating backdoor entry points. And fourth one is data privacy risk. So AI and IoT collect a lot of sensitive data, personal data, be it enterprise or user, right? What if our facial recognition data or patient patient data, healthcare data is exposed? That's a huge privacy risk. And Shama had already talked about supply chain attack. I'll give one example there. AI and IoT systems depend a lot on third-party components. If just one vendor is compromised, your entire ecosystem is taken down. We saw that with SolarWinds attack, where hackers were able to control or infect a software update, and all the downstream organizations that installed that update created a backdoor entry point for hackers. So it's an entire ecosystem risk. Yeah, that's all from my end. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your perspective. My next question is for Mr. Ramesh. How are cyber criminals exploiting vulnerabilities in IoT devices?
Yeah, sure. That is very important as the IoT devices are growing in number day by day. Um, there is a leading surge in attacks and data breaches, on these IoT devices. Recently in November 2024, a malicious actor called Matrix turned IoT devices into a global botnet for DDoS attacks. So this is like using a device in the network and then at, creating the attack. So targeting connected devices with known vulnerabilities. So they are using the device in the network. So what they know the vulnerabilities already. So they just use that and then create um, these attacks. Also, data breach and information information theft. So weak security in IoT devices lead to a massive data exposure. So if there is any, I mean, also there is a IoT data breach that exposed like 2.5 billion records, compromising sensitive information such as Wi-Fi, network names, passwords, IP addresses. This is for the Mars Hydro, a Chinese-based IoT light grow company. So we use the lights for indoor lighting for the plants. So they were able to get into their app and um, around one terabyte data was more than 1 terabyte data was compromised. So also some of the speakers spoke about the vulnerabilities like um, not, I mean, firmware being not updated or lack of security standards. So these vulnerabilities in these devices, IoT devices, which are sometimes these are like, you know, on the trucks of the food supply. Like if you want to, to monitor the temperature and humidity, so some devices are kept on the food trucks that transport food and goods. So and also, I mean, the intention is to get the availability and then um, to keep the food perishable goods, um, but they are becoming vulnerable to these data breaches because the software is not up to date or they have less, I mean, default passwords or all those things. So in summary, the IoT related cyber breaches have increased 400% in since 2022. Every 24 hours, a home network device seen an average of 10 attacks. So having the antivirus that is based on AI is very important. So yeah, that's all from my side. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights. My next question is for Shamnad. What strategies can secure AI-driven systems from evolving cyber threats?
You're
Can you
unmuted.
please unmute
Yeah,
Shamnath?
unmute. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's a very critical question, especially like my co-speakers like spoke about the threats, the IoT, and the AI bring, and how industries are coping with those threats and challenges every day. So AI, we all agree like AI is being expanding like anything, and is being currently deployed across industries. So everyone agree like AI offers huge benefits, but it also opens up new risk also. So a few strategies I can think about is like one of the main or one of the most important strategy is what I call a trust but verify approach. We need continuous testing and validation of AI models to catch any vulnerabilities and unexpected behaviors. So think of this as a stress testing a bridge before you let anyone drive over it. So that's a level of continuous testing and validation we need to have in AI models. Another key approach I can think about is like a human insight oversight, especially if there is in a high stake areas like healthcare or finance. There should always be a very clear rules for when AI can act on its own or when a human approval is needed. Data protection is another one. So if you look at the stats for 2024, over 60% of AI related breaches are due to compromised training data. So we need to protect the data being used for training these models. We need to apply like strong encryption, access controls, and regulate audits are non-negotiable. And we are also seeing some adversarial attacks growing recently, so where small tweaks in input data can fool AI systems. So that's why AI teaming is becoming a standard practice these days. And finally, another approach I can talk about is like every critical system needs a kill switch. That's nothing but a way to safely shut down the system if anything goes wrong. So with all these like approaches, as AI becomes more integrated, we need to like have these safeguards and make sure like it's foundational and these safeguards are not being an optional choice. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that perspective. My next question is for Vandana. How do you see cyber threats evolving in the next coming years?
Good question. As cyber threats evolve rapidly, staying ahead of is very crucial. Well divine into future cybersecurity's key roles and trends shaping the landscape by 2030. I will go through some highlights of high opening statistics. So 95% of cybersecurity breaches happen due to human errors. This which I refer from World Economic Forum. And cyber crimes cost are projected to reach 10 trillion annually by 2025, growing 15% over 5 years. And 60% of small business shut down within 6 months of cyber attacks from US National Cybersecurity. Cybersecurity trends and challenges shaping the next 5 years. In coming years, AI, machine learning, and quantum computing will play a huge role transforming the cybersecurity. AI will boost the threat detection and automated response, while quantum computing will challenge the traditional encryption and leading to new quantum resistant security. So I want to I want to not deep dive into the key trends included as our co-speakers has covered. I will just highlight the key trends. How can we can uh, avoid this cyber securities like post-quantum is one thing, and AI driven detection is one thing, and zero trust security we have to imply, and supply chain security should be there, and stronger regulations and cyber awareness and trainings are important. So the key takeaways for the next 5 years are leverage AI for the automation. Automation routine securities keep improve efficiency and response time, and the strengthen cyber securities and optimize cloud securities, reskill and upskill. Enforce your workforce is trained and prepared for AI-driven security landscape. And finally, cyber security is no more optional; it is mission critical. As threat emerging AI and resistance of the measure, and continuous education will be a key to staying secure. Stay vigilant and stay ahead for the game. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vandana. You rightly said that continuous learning and also trainings would be definitely important when it comes to cyber threats. Amazing to hear from you, Vandana. Thank you so much. My next question is for Ajay. What proactive measures can companies take to combat AI-powered cyber threats?
Oh, that's an interesting one. So companies are no longer requiring to stay reactive, right? That's not at all possible in this world. They should go to proactive security systems, wherein AI-powered security information and event management systems and intrusion detection systems, such as Sentinel or Chronicle that I previously talked about, they are much faster in this game by detecting the threats where traditional security systems are failing. And on top of it, they should also include adopt Palo Alto's XOR system, which can respond to a security incident in less than 30 seconds, which human cannot do. And implementing zero trust architecture, as Shamnath pointed out, every device, user, or application should be continuously verified using MFAs and follow the least security model, right? Least access security model. And if possible, micro segment your network so that lateral attacks are prevented. They reduce the intensity of the attack. And as pointed out previously, securing your AI training models, right? They can be easily poisoned with lots of training data. Always use federated learning platforms or a secure data set when training such critical AI models. Then companies should join global intelligence networks such as AI Shield, right, where threat intelligence is shared. It's much easier to fight with the collaborative fighting power of all the organizations rather than fighting in silos, just one company. And then, as Vandana pointed out, keep your employees aware of latest attacks. Uh, Done some simulations, right? Phishing awareness and deepfake simulations within the company, just like fire drills, where they are prepared much ahead when the real attack happens. So they are the weakest point in a network. So employees should be definitely trained. So in conclusion, AI arms race is real. So companies should ahead of this game by staying innovative and follow the government regulations if possible, and then collaborate with other companies.
Thank you so
That's all.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ramesh, for sharing your insight and perspective as well. Uh, Sorry, Ajay. My next question is for Ramesh. How are advancements in AI reshaping the cybersecurity landscape?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Yeah, that is very important as we, you know, there are changes happening every day. There is a paradigm shift. This is a paradigm shift. So companies can use like multiple models to um, power of AI to, for the threat detection and automatic incident response and countering adversarial AI. Basically, now it became AI versus AI warfare. So, as the cyber criminals are using more and more of AI, so companies have no choice, but companies are, don't have any choice other than to use the AI to counter, to for their defense. So there are a lot of companies that that are evolving, like startups are coming with this mm, cyber security, like AI driven, AI powered cyber security tools in the market, like Sentinel, and Ajay pointed out Sentinel and um, Palo Alto, yeah, dark dark trace. So each one has like different specialty, and they use different innovation techniques to uh, combat these threats. So there is big, very big impact on this market, and in by 2030 the AI driven cybersecurity market is like estimated to be like $115 billion. So all like these things are like rapidly growing. So we need to be companies can no longer be reactive. So as the AI is evolving, so they need to um, use it proactively to mitigate these cybersecurity threats. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your insights. My last question for today is to Shamnad. What do you think? What new types of threats are emerging with the expansion of IoT?
Uh, so we all talk about a lot of like issues and then a lot of like threats being emerging as part of this AI. So there are um, few scenarios where I can see the um, uh, there are few scenarios where I can see how AI or the use of AI being used to for cyber um, 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 for the new type of threats. So one thing I can think about is device hijacking. So with these AI, hackers can currently increasingly hijack any unsecure IoT devices and use them in any botnet attacks. One recent attack, like where is like Mirai botnet, where it turned thousands of smart cameras and routers into an army that brought down major websites. So similar attacks are growing in size and sophistication. Another one I can think about is like increased attack surfaces with these new IoT devices. We are connecting like devices pretty much in the house to industries across every premises. This adds a potential entry point for any network. Many of these devices merely lack proper security features like encryption or firmware updates, making them easy target for attackers to exploit. Another like think about is like with all these new devices connected, it's like a new door into your house or country. If just one of them is weak, or hackers can use it to sneak in and get to other systems. A lot of these devices currently don't get into any regular updates or use basic passwords. Another one is like privacy risk. Some devices collect a lot of personal or sensitive data, whether it's a PCI, whether it's PII or health insurance, health data, or any credit card or finance data. So if the hackers get in, they could listen, or they could steal this personal information and make it used for their advantage. So one last thing I think I want to touch up is we can't overlook the risk of any physical access. Someone tampering with a device on site that could you know bypass traditional perimeter defenses. So that's another threat I can think about. And then finally, that's a rise of shadow IoT devices that's connected to corporate networks without any of the IoT personal's resources even knowing about them. Something it can be as something as simple as an unsecured coffee maker that could even attack a way in. So the biggest challenge right now, it's all these threats are connected. AI makes IoT attacks more sophisticated. IoT vulnerabilities make AI systems more vulnerable at all. So in short, this all require a much comprehensive approach for securing all these, and then what we needed even a few years ago. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shamnad, for sharing your uh, insightful study. With this, as we conclude this insightful discussion on emerging trends, AI, IoT, and the evolution of cyber threats, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speakers for sharing their expertise and valuable perspectives. Your insights have truly deepened our understanding of the opportunities and challenges in today's digital landscape. A big thank you to the Business Fame and Scriberlee for organizing this impactful event, and to especially to Ajay Bairagi for his leadership in bringing together industry experts. It has been my absolute pleasure to moderate this session. Lastly, there's a quick announcement which I would like to share with you all, which is Ajay and I, we have recently turned to be authors as well. Ajay's book, Oops, Too Much Noise, in my book, The Hanuman's Diary, is available on Amazon, Flipkart, and Notion Press. Also, in past 6 months, Ajay and I together, we have written 7 books as ghost authors, and we have also published it through the second best publishing house in India, Singapore, and Dubai. With this, we have started a book writing challenge. If you ever wanted to write a book, we are here just a call away. We can help you turn your dream into reality. Once again, a big thank you to everyone involved to make this event a big success. Thank you so much. God bless you all and have a great day ahead. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you all.
thanks. Have a
Thank
great
you. Thank
Thanks
you very
to
much.
all. Thanks, Riya.